If you're having lots of conversations on social media, but you aren't getting calls and clients, I'm gonna break down the possible reasons why in this video. Hey, Lee Constantinou here, the founder of Personal Trainers Elite. And what I'm gonna do in this video is break down the possible reasons why you aren't able to convert people from a conversation into a client. Now, what you might have already been able to do is come up with good enough content or ads that get people's attention. And so once you've solved the problem of gaining people's attention and starting conversations, the next problem we need to solve is how do we get those conversations to become clients? Now, before people can actually become a client and pay you money, you need to bridge the gap by getting them to book in for a call, which if you aren't already doing this, this is a must in the process, and I've got tons of videos around this process in itself. And so the objective from a conversation is to get somebody to book a call. That is it. Now, if you approach somebody with this desperation, right, what we call sales breath, and you are going after people, trying to sell to them in the DMs, they're gonna run away, they're gonna block you, they're gonna ghost you every single time. And so you have to remember this, people are human. So you need to come across like a human when you are talking to people. Because remember, people buy people. And so if you were jumping on social media and you're having conversations and you're getting lots of conversations started, but you aren't converting them into calls, it's not what you're doing, it's probably how you're doing it. Because the process of talking to strangers in a DM and booking onto a call, it works. It's working like clockwork, and we teach you a refined process of how to do this. Now, if you don't have a refined process and you're just figuring out, here's a couple of things to consider. Do not come across desperate. If people sense that you are desperate to get something from them, they're gonna run away. If they sense that you are trying to sell them something when you enter into a conversation, they're gonna run away. And people are smart, right? Don't assume people are dumb and make out like they don't know what's coming. Now, what you're probably doing wrong is addressing them from a place of, I'm gonna try and sell you something. And when people sense that, again, you're not gonna build the connection with them. And so what you first need to do is build value with them, right? We need to get somebody to know, like, and trust us before they'll even be open to getting on a call, let alone become a client. So how do you build trust, the know, like, and trust factor? Is you have to build value with them. You need to ask questions to figure out their situation. And then the key, right? The key to bridging those questions with a call is you need to give them mindset shifts. You need to give them a shift around their current beliefs and the way they're currently thinking to get them to be open to a new possibility that they didn't even think about before. And when you can do this in a direct message conversation, when you can get people to see things differently, give them a new perspective of their current problems, they're gonna be more open to suggestion and your help. And that is where you have the opportunity to take somebody from a conversation in a DM, in a conversation in Messenger, to a booked call, because now you've planted some seeds, you've created some curiosity, and you've added some value to them that makes them feel like they need to reciprocate that value by getting on a call to find out the rest of the solution, right? Because when you give somebody a piece of the puzzle, it's like they want the rest of it now. And so you want to really be thinking about these conversations as a way of building value, building trust, giving people shifts around their current thinking around what they are doing to reach their goals. And when you successfully do this, when you get somebody to think about their problems from a new perspective, they're gonna be more open to receiving help from you, which is gonna allow you to then book in calls and then allow you to convert those calls into clients. This is the key. Do not come across desperate, do not come across salesy. Seek to add value first, and then you get what you want. There's an amazing quote that I love. It's seek first to understand and then to be understood, right? If you go out and you focus on trying to add value, right, if you help enough people get what they want, as Zig Ziglar said, you will get what you want. So if you help these people by genuinely helping them get what they want, getting them one step closer, you will eventually get what you want. You will eventually get that client that you are wanting. So this is the key. This is the key to turning strangers from DMs into a call. So one last thing, one of the biggest mistakes that trainers and coaches are making are sending their prices in a DM. This is a huge mistake. If right now you're wondering why people aren't signing up with you or they're not buying your programs, it's probably because you were just sending prices in the DMs. This is a big mistake because people go and make the decision based on logic rather than emotion. And it doesn't really give them anything else to think about. It just gets them to make a decision purely based on price. It's kind of like running down the street naked. It doesn't leave much for the imagination, right? So you want to kind of keep some things secret, keep some things back to make people want to find things out. And the only way they're going to find that out is by getting on a call with you. Now, some people are going to push and press and say, how much does it cost? You're going to tell them it really depends what you need, right? Kind of like if you go and buy a car or if you go and buy a house. It depends what you're looking for. It depends what you need. And so the best way I can help you now is just to have a quick chat, see where you're at, see if I can even help you, and then I'll give you some advice. That is the best way to diffuse anybody who keeps pressing on about price. And to be honest, they shouldn't ask you about price if you get them focused on their problem, because price is contextual. And if people are more focused on their problem, they aren't going to care about the price. And the same thing goes if you're on a sales call as well. So keep that in mind. Now, if you would like some help on refining this process, on having a better process to book in strangers from a DM, from a conversation into a call, go ahead and send me a DM on Instagram saying YouTube so that I know you watched this video, and I'll kind of walk you through the process of what we do and how we help trainers and coaches do this. Otherwise, just like this video so I know to create more content that's going to help you with your fitness business, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more training videos. So that's it. I'll see you in the next one.